Thank you very much, Jenna. Want to check in with our buddy Drew Koza. We're A, we're so pleased to have him back from vacation. B, he's spending his time celebrating at Half Pints Brewery. Good morning, Drew.
That was a warm greeting, because you guys think I'm bringing back free beer for you, don't you?
Yes.
You're not usually that friendly. I'm on to your trick. What I can give you instead is a little education about beer. Remember earlier I gave you a hops lesson?
Okay, yeah.
Here's some malt barley. Now, if you grew up on a farm, you might be looking at this saying, hey, I think this is what I feed to my horses. It is kind of the same stuff, but this is a little bit special. The darker one is actually a chocolate malt barley, and the lighter colored one is a roasted malt barley. So depending on which one you use, it's going to give your beer a different aroma.
Oh, and they have a lot of different aromas there, including the fruit and fabulous queer beer.
Oh yeah, that one is delicious and special, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But let's get a better grasp of the brewing process. So let's chat for a second if we can. We've got this giant thing behind us, which is called a mash tun?
A mash tun, yes.
Is that right? Okay, so let's talk about this. We've got our malt barley. We've got these little cups of it, but you guys use much more of that. What happens in the brewing process?
So the kind of 10-second brewery tour here is we grind this to about a floured consistency. It gets dropped into the mash tun with some hot water, steeps in there until it turns a nice porridge-like consistency. The spent grain gets shoveled out, so the leftover grain gets shoveled out and is given to a cattle farmer for feed.
Oh, really? So just like this stuff, once it's all used up for the beer, it goes back to the animals?
Absolutely.
Very nice. Very green and friendly.
We try.
Okay.
From there, it gets moved over to the brew kettle, and then we add hops to that at different intervals for different flavor and aroma profiles, depending on the beer that we're producing.
Very cool. So that is the sort of the standard process for making beer, but each of your beers is very unique and has different characteristics. So let me ask about the queer beer, because this is the featured one of the day. Made earlier this month, bottled earlier this month, and unlikely to last until the end of the week. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're hoping that the bottles last until Pride Day, which is June 2nd, this upcoming Saturday. Or Sunday rather. We're very excited to be brewing this. It's our third year doing queer beer and partnering with Pride Winnipeg to do this. The proceeds from this beer actually goes back to Pride Winnipeg, so please purchase this beer, support the local community and what Pride Winnipeg is doing in Winnipeg.
And yeah, make sure to snatch up one of these things before they're all gone. But if you guys do sell out here, if we do sell out at the stores, we can still get this beer inside of the tent,
We have
correct?
a lot of beer ready for the beer tent at the Forks this Sunday, upcoming Sunday. Right after the parade ends at the Forks, and we will have the beer tents open with the taps pouring.
And because you guys have so many different types of beers and different aromas happening, what can we expect with the queer beer?
This is actually a Helles in the style, so it's really nice, hot weather drinking style of beer. Not a huge amount of hop characteristic to it or heavy malts. It's a beer that is fantastic to drink on a hot summer day, which is exactly the weather that, fingers crossed, we'll have on Sunday.
Come on, Jenna, work your magic for us. And just quickly before we go, what's really great about Half Pints is you guys are local, but you guys are also a family company. As I understand it, you even have some little helpers touring around the factory sometimes?
Yeah, I have two little boys. We actually started the brewery right when Ethan, my son, was born. His 9th birthday today, so happy birthday, Ethan.
Happy birthday, Ethan! Oh, so wait, so the kids are actually like, as I understand it, one of them is very famous, correct?
Well,
in the world of brewing?
Yes, Ethan has actually had his picture in Taps magazine, which is the national beer magazine, when he was brewing a batch of beer with his dad, or his dad is the brewmaster, yeah.
So that's like the Hello Canada of the brewing world.
Absolutely.
Pretty darn cool. All right, well, happy birthday. Very special things happening here at Half Pints. If you want more information about the company, about any of their particular beers, just go to our website at breakfasttelevision.ca, because we've got all the details there. Taking a quick break on BT, but more to come later this morning on City.